Hello everyone! Today I am here to do a review of the anime of Ubel Blatt. Now Ubel Blatt is actually an old manga. I can't believe I'm saying 2004 is old, but it kinda is now. Oh my god, that's over 20 years ago. Ubel Blatt is a dark fantasy revenge manga. It starts with a character called Ashrit. He is one of the 14 warriors chosen by the Emperor to go and defeat this evil nation. Then Ashrit and 4 members go and actually defeat the evil nation on their own, right? Leaving the other members, they kind of abandoned it because they got scared. So when those 7 members, the 7 remaining ones come back, because I have lost some people by this point. When the 7 remaining ones come back, they kill Ashrit. They killed Ashrit and the other 3 people and said that all 4 of them betrayed them, they were evil, and we killed them. So Ashrit was then, and the rest of those people were branded as the Lances of Betrayal. Right? You betrayed us during the thing. And the remaining 7 warriors were branded as the 7 heroes, and they became, symbols of justice and all that type of stuff. So Ashrit is reincarnated as a half-elf called Coinzel, and his whole mission is, I'm gonna find those remaining heroes who killed me, and I will kill them. That is the plot. So, Coinzel. Ashrit, now known as Coinzel. He is okay. He's not like a lot of other dark fantasy MCs who are like super edgy on... I mean, he is edgy, right? Like, he broods a lot, but he does show he's not invincible, is what I'll say. There is like a struggle there. He is good. He remembers a lot of the skills he had from his previous life, but he does come across like tough foes that even he's like, oh, I gotta put in work here. So it's nice that they didn't make it super easy for him. Throughout the show, he is known by many as like the hero of, like, I forget what they call, but like the banished lands or whatever. Because he saves a lot of the people who live there, so he is known by people. There is Ott, who is the third princess, and she initially wants to kill Coinzel because Coinzel apparently has killed her brother, so she wants revenge for what happened. Later on, she eventually comes to realize that Coinzel isn't as bad as she thought. He's not a monster, and she eventually joins his team. We have PP, who is a young elf girl, who PP is not her name, but that's what he calls her, and that's what the rest of them call her, and then we never find out what her actual name is. She's like the little sister to Coinzel. That's how they kind of see each other. She's always worried for him, but she doesn't want to just sit around doing nothing. She wants to, because he's out there doing what he's gonna do, kill the heroes. She wants to be out there doing something as well. And then we have Gronpen, who's the big giant guy. He's the typical, he's the big giant muscly, like, formidable guy, but he's actually like super sweet. They do that type of thing. And he has a nice character journey, I will say. His journey for what he has to do is nice. I do like it. I really like the character stuff they did with Gronpen. I do enjoy that. We have Weed. That is his name. I'm telling you, that's what his name is. He's like a smuggler, and I guess he works for Ott's family, I guess, because he knows her sister, who she's trying to find because her sister has been kidnapped, and that's his main goal. Ott's sister was kidnapped, so he is trying to find out where she is. And he meets Coinzel and PP, and he helps them get out of a sticky situation in episode 1, and then from there he kind of accompanies them on their journey. And then we have Altia, who she runs an underground tavern in the city where she helps, like, you know, the less fortunate and all the ones who are, you know, not seen favorably by the capital and all that type of stuff. And she, of course, helps Quinzel and all them during the first part where they're trying to, you know, get out of the city. And that is a lot of our main, like, our main cast. Now, Ubel plot, from what I understand, from people who have read the manga, because I have not read the manga, they're like, this adaptation was not the best. Which is a shame. It really is a shame. I know for a fact they skip a lot from where you start. I know that for a fact because I did research for this. That they skip a lot of, like, the prologue bit from the manga. Probably because it has to do with, like, there's a lot of sex in it. There's a lot of, like, R-rated stuff in it that they're probably like, yeah, we can't really adapt that. You know? We probably can't adapt that. I mean, you could, if you're not being sissies about it. You could. But, I mean, that does suck. I hate seeing stuff cut out of anything. Because from what I understand, there's actually not that much left of Ubel plot. If they were to do a season 2, people are like, season 2 would probably be it. And I'm like, that's a shame. That's a real shame. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from this, which is I have not read the manga, so I can't compare this to the manga, but I am going to address the fact that I know from people who have read it that they're like, this is not a good adaptation, which is a shame. So coming at this from anime only, right? That's where I'm coming at this from. I thought that this show was okay. I thought it was okay. I don't think it reinvented the wheel at any point in time, but it was a nice dark fantasy revenge story that I enjoyed. You know, I like the whole medieval aspect of it. They do the thing like kind of like something like Final Fantasy will do, where they take medieval times and they kind of insert modern day technological aspects into it, which I do. I always like when stuff like that happens. You find out some of the heroes he kills. You do find out a lot of backstory about them. Some of them you start to become more, I guess, not sorry for, but sympathetic a bit for them. Not a lot, because they're still bastards who killed him, but you start to understand like their backstory and all that type of stuff. One of them was he was like a crook or a thief beforehand, so this was like his chance to like make himself something. And the other one, he was he was like the youngest son of a family who were all merchants and all that type of stuff, and his father told him, go and be a swordsman because you're not a good merchant, but I've seen you with the sword and you're good with the sword, so go be a swordsman. And he told Ashrit when he was done with this, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be a merchant just like everyone else. Obviously he didn't, because he then went and killed Ashtoreth. Which I guess they do that to, like, you know, make the betrayal hurt more, right? Make the betrayal hurt more. But I do like that we delved into the heroes and they're not all just like super like across the board, screw you, they were always evil. There's more to them than that, right? There's more to them than that. Of course, though, they all gotta die. Like that is not up for discussion. They all have to die. So Ubel plot. I'm gonna end it here because I am again trying not to spoil too much of it. Just give the basic understanding of it. It is an okay dark revenge story. It is dark. There is deaths in there that I'm like, oh, they're dead now. Okay. That's right, this is a dark world, you know. Pretty much everyone is a piece of crap, bar a few exceptions. So go into this with that. Like, pretty much everyone sucks in this world. That is Ubel plot. Ubel Blatt, whatever it is. And yeah, I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's like I said, it's fine. Does not reinvent the wheel in any single way. But coming at this from anime only, I thought that it was okay. Thought it was fine. So 7 out of 10. That's where I go. I do want to say that it's weird that this was on Amazon Prime. That did my head in. I'm like, wait, this is on Prime? Prime is getting into the whole licensing anime game like Netflix. Because I know, like, Netflix, we know, right? Netflix, we've known does that for a long time. But it's like Disney Plus is now getting into doing it. Because they have Yozakura Family and, oh my god, Synduality Noir. They had that. Well, I guess that's kind of on Hulu, depending on where you live. I believe they have the new Berserk animes on Disney Plus as well. Like, they're starting to get, like, more anime on their service. And now Amazon's doing it as well, because obviously these companies are realizing anime's kicking our ass at this point, so maybe we get some of that. I've noticed that Amazon, while I was searching for Ubel Blatt, they kind of have a lot more anime on there now too. There's a lot more anime on Amazon too. So, oh, I'm seeing how this is going. So, I mean, it does suck because I don't want, these Western companies to screw with my anime. But it is nice to notice that they've all of them have now come to the realization that we have, that anime is superior. So, thank you all so much for watching. What did you think of Ubel Blatt? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you've read the manga, please let me know and like how you feel about this, because I really want to know that. So, thank you all so much for listening. I will catch you guys next time.